are coming to you with what we eat in a day with
pumpkin. Oh my gosh, we're so excited about about this because, as you know, we just canned all that pumpkin last week. And so now we're excited about using it. It's October. We're in fall mode.
Absolutely.
We're loving pumpkin to death. So with the pumpkin, if you don't like pumpkin or you maybe like butternut squash better, you can replace the pumpkin for butternut squash. If you just really don't enjoy pumpkin, or maybe you don't have access to pumpkins, or maybe it's just easier for you to get the butternut squash. So all the recipes we have today can be replaced with butternut squash, just as a separate option, okay? So let's start with our breakfast. So we thought for breakfast today, you know, guys, we love our pumpkin waffles.
Oh my
You
gosh.
can find the recipe on
Yes,
our
we
website.
do.
Oh my gosh.
And that's what I wanted to have.
He did. Terry said, "Can we do pumpkin waffles?"
But
and I was like,
this is better.
"Yeah, well, we'll have pumpkin waffles on Sunday."
Absolutely.
So we are gonna do pumpkin granola. So this is something new. We're gonna try it, and we love trying new stuff here at Plant Based Love.
Absolutely.
So what we are gonna start with, we actually used 4 of our canned pumpkin for this. So this is how it is. You just open the jar. When you can the fresh pumpkin, you have liquid, right? It's not like the pumpkin puree like you buy at the store. And so you do have to drain it when you're making pies or anything like this. You definitely want to or need to drain it, but you need the water for canning. Anyway, so for this, I am sort of quadrupling this recipe. We're using 4 of these. We had so much pumpkin that we want to use it up, and we love having the granola. We put it in big gallon bags and we just munch on it. So it's
so
great.
delicious. It's a great
my
snack.
gosh. I mean, we haven't had the pumpkin yet, but we love all of our granolas, right? Isn't it awesome?
Oh my God. I mean, Angel, I'll run up and down the stairs, all day long, just snacking on granola. I mean, throughout the evening, it's incredible. So it's a great snack.
It is an awesome snack. So this is how we sort of surmised it in our head. We have 4 of the pumpkin in our high-speed blender here, and it's drained really well. And then with this, I'm gonna put 20 medjool dates. I just have them in the container they came in, but we had to take the seeds out. So that's why I just put them back in here. So just make sure you de-seed them and put those in there. And then for this sort of jumbo recipe, if you will, we are going to use 3 teaspoons, honey, of the vanilla.
Okay.
All right, so here is a teaspoon for you. And then I'm gonna put in 3 teaspoons of cinnamon while he adds the vanilla. We're not gonna add all of our ingredients to the blender, but just like we do with our other granolas, we're gonna add some of the ingredients to get it incorporated well. And then we'll go from there. Okay.
And why do you do that, honey? Why do you add some of the ingredients now and then come back?
Because this is so nice to blend these together so you don't just get a big taste of raw cinnamon or a big taste of this or a big taste of that. You want it to be granola-y, but you're trying to cover all of your oats with the same flavors.
Oh, okay.
Instead of, and plus we need the date. The dates is our sugar, if you will, in this, and we need it to blend up smooth.
Okay.
So,
all right, awesome.
Terry always asks me the best questions. I'm trying to see. 3 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. So I'll wipe this out for you, honey. So 3 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. Yes, and I have ginger here, which I'm gonna put 1.5 teaspoon. And as you guys know, that's about a half, and then I'll get 1. The pumpkin pie spices are cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger. You could use a little bit of clove if you like it. Clove can be pretty powerful.
Strong, yes.
Pretty strong. And so some people really get that big taste of clove. They may not like it that much. And then in this whole recipe, I'm just going to use 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg.
Okay.
So we have all of our pumpkin pie spices in there now.
Smells yummy.
It does. If you don't have all of these spices like cinnamon and ginger and nutmeg. You could just use pumpkin pie spice, but I'm gonna use all those spices plus pumpkin pie spice to really bring out that pumpkin-y flavor.
All right.
So let's blend this up and make it nice and smooth. Okay, perfect. Woo!
Wow, that looks good.
Nice and creamy. If you were going to use, we use the fresh canned pumpkin. If you were going to use the pumpkin puree out of the can, no problem. You would just use 1-to-1. So we have the pumpkin puree here. It's 15 ounces. Here is also organic butternut squash puree. So like I said, if you'd rather have butternut squash, you can find this in jars, cans as well.
Wow,
so,
that looks good.
Squash is squash is squash is the way I look at it. And obviously butternut and pumpkin are gonna be the sweetest squashes that you can get. So if you're trying to make something sweet, you could even make savory dishes with the pumpkin, which we plan on sharing with you for our lunch and dinner. A little bit sweet and a little bit savory. It's sort of like that, just that perfect mixture.
Yes.
That's just so delicious.
Absolutely. We can't wait to come to you guys with that. But wow, look at that.
So isn't that nice? It just blends up so nicely. If a couple of your dates, you feel like you have date chunks or something, that's okay, because you're going to have some chunks in here. We're gonna add raisins and other things. So it's not that big of a deal, but as you can see, for the most part, this is blended superbly. And this, I'll tell you what this smells like. It smells like a fresh made pumpkin pie.
You know what? You're right. It does.
It smells exactly.
It does.
I am so in the mood.
So we could actually use this as a pumpkin pie filling.
Oh, maybe we could. We got to work on that. I love it. This is gorgeous. So to this, because this is pretty creamy, and we want to make granola out of this. So let's start with 6 cups of oats, honey. Sort of
6 cups.
6 heaping cups of oats. Let's start with that. While Terry gets those 6 heaping cups of oats for us, here is the pumpkin seeds that we got out of our pumpkins when we canned. So this is sort of what Terry and I dug out. It was a labor of love to get all these pumpkin seeds off. We washed them and washed them and washed them and drained them. And then overnight I had them on tea towels to dry. So we got them really dry, because if you want to roast these in the oven, if they're wet, you're really going to steam them. You're not going to roast them, so you're not going to get that crunch that you're looking for. So that's why you want to get them nice and dry. And you just drain them and drain them, put them in a colander, keep rinsing them. And like I said, I laid them out on tea towels. I put a tea towel on the top. They stick a little bit to the towel, but it's okay. You can get them off. And then you have these beautiful pumpkin seeds.
Those were labor. You're right.
They really were. We haven't roasted these yet because we wanted to see if we could use them in a couple recipes. But if I were to roast these, I would just put them on a parchment lined baking sheet in like a 350-degree oven for maybe 7 to 10 minutes. Really watch them. I would not put oil or salt or anything on these. Obviously, we don't eat them that way, but you know, it's something that you can do. So I thought for this pumpkin recipe, these are as fresh as they come.
They don't come any fresher than that, sweetie.
I thought we could use 1 cup.
1 cup? Okay.
Of these, and they're not, you know, I'm looking for crunch in this because it's an oat granola. But I think even though these aren't roasted, we're going to be cooking the granola really well. So I thought it would cook all together. It would be okay to put roasted pumpkin seeds in here as well, but we're just gonna go with the fresh and the raw and let them roast with the flavors that are already in there. Doesn't that sound delicious?
That sounds delicious, absolutely.
So we're kind of out there on a limb, but we really enjoy the sweetness of the raisin, although this is going to be pretty sweet.
It is.
So I'm going to put 1 cup of raisin in this.
Okay.
If you like, let's say sunflower seeds or something like that, you could put sunflower seeds in here. If almonds, like slivered almonds is something you eat, you could put those in. Like there's so many different things. You can make it sort of your own kind of fruit and nut mixture or variety that you enjoy. so that you can have the granola of your choice. This is just some options that we have. How's it feeling, honey?
It feels great, but it smells unbelievable.
Oh my gosh.
And the good thing about, the meals that we make, they're all whole food plant based.
Yep.
So we actually don't have to cook this. We can eat this the way it is. Now we're going to cook it. But I'm saying that to say, if you want a taste test, it's perfectly okay.
You want a taste? Should we
taste test?
I mean, how does it?
Let me get it all ground up here.
That looks absolutely magnificent, honey. I got my mixer over here, my helper.
But 6 cups, I think, was perfect.
6 cups, yeah, and they were heaping,
yes,
right?
They were
so
heaping, yep.
It might be closer to 7 cups, but let's just call it 6 heaping cups. The reason I said heaping is because I could see how wet the moisture was, the mixture was. I think if we would use canned pumpkin, it probably would still be moist, but maybe not as moist as that was, because it's just so fresh. And when it sits in the water, it's like a sponge, and so it's probably more watery than this. But that looks exactly
like.
That's
moist enough?
I do.
Okay.
That looks exactly like what we make. Honey, let's just taste it.
Okay. All right.
I'm just gonna dive in here.
All right. And again, this stuff you can eat.
Honey.
This won't last long.
Oh my gosh, we have like fall in our mouth.
This will not last long. Oh my goodness, baby.
So we're gonna have to spread this out on 2 or 3 of these larger cookie sheets with parchment paper. So Terry, maybe give me 1/3 of a dab. Let's see how we go. A big hunk, and spread it out on here.
1/3? Okay.
Maybe 1/3. I mean, we're not measuring, honey. Thank you. And what we're gonna, we can actually use more than that. You're gonna have to get your hands in here and press it down. Perfect.
It's good.
Yep, and then make it thin, because we are gonna put this in a 350-degree oven for 20 minutes, just like we do with our other granola. So if you've made the other granola that we've talked to you about and made on our show, then it's the same exact thing. It's just a little bit of a different recipe using our fresh canned pumpkin. So we're gonna put this 350 degrees, 20 minutes. We're gonna take it out. We're gonna let it cool for about 5 minutes, and we're gonna break it up. When we break it up, it's gonna double in size. And then we'll put it on, instead of 1 tray, 2 trays. And then we're gonna put it back in a 250-degree oven for 30 minutes, and then we'll let it cool for 10 minutes so it can become crunchy. So it'll be gorgeous, and we cannot wait to share it with you for our breakfast, because we are getting really hungry.
And maybe we might have some left over for us to show you guys. Maybe.
Yes, maybe. Well, it looks like we have quite a bit. So let Terry and I spread these out, and we will be right back, because we're gonna start our lunch and our dinner while our breakfast cooks, so we don't have to wait for anything.
Exactly.
All right, guys, we'll be back soon.
We'll be back. All righty. Well, we wanted you to see our granola. We just took it out the oven.
Yep.
Let it cool.
And as you guys know, we had 2 like this, and 1 of these makes 2 trays of the little pieces. So what Terry and I did is what you just do, we let this cool off for 5 minutes so you can actually touch it and see how it pulls away from here. And then you just break it off in chunks, and then you break it into pieces like this, and you put it on. That's why it doubles. That's why we put it on 2 trays. And so we're gonna do 2 trays at a time, and we're gonna put these 2 trays back in the oven at 250 degrees for 30 minutes while we finish up or start our dinner and our lunch.
Right.
So it's actually working out really great as far as preparation and being able to get everything done for the day all at once, which is amazing.
Absolutely.
So 30 minutes, honey, perfect. And then we'll be able to eat our breakfast after that comes out. In a few minutes it gets crunchy, and then we'll be ready to go for lunch and dinner. So what we did for our dinner is a little bit different, and I do have it made, but I'm gonna walk you through it. We made pumpkin chili.
Ooh.
So when we bought the pumpkins. As you guys know from our pumpkin canning video, we bought 6 of the pie pumpkins and it was pumpkin overload. They don't look that big, but oh my goodness, they make so much pumpkin.
Oh my gosh.
So what we decided to do is make a pumpkin chili. And we took what we thought would be 1 pie pumpkin worth of chili, which was about 5 cups, all cubed up. So we cubed it up, we put it in a pot with water, we let it come to a boil for 2 minutes, just like the canning process, and then we took it off. And we took out, like I said, 1 pumpkin worth. So if you were making this from scratch, buy 1 pie pumpkin, because you want it to be in cubes. You know, the pumpkin puree, I don't know about that for this. If you know, I like to have, we wanted to have the chunks in ours. And so you could also replace butternut squash. I've made this before, I believe, on this channel with butternut squash. Absolutely. So get 1 pie pumpkin worth, clean it, cube it up into small 1-inch pieces about that big, and then boil it for 2 minutes. And then use that in the chili. And then I used, I wrote it down here because I can't remember, but the 5 cups of cubed up pumpkin, I used 2 fresh cans of black beans that we can. If you don't can your own black beans, no problem. Use 2 15-ounce cans, drained and rinsed, of black beans. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of barbecue rub. And I like to do that with my recipes because it's easy. 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons of nacho spice nutritional yeast. I used 2 sweet onions that my sweetie chopped for me. And we just sauteed them because we love the onions sauteed before we put them in the crock pot. Oh my gosh, sauteed onions, yum, yum, yum. So we had 2 of those onions. They were big, but they sauteed down. And then we had 2 tablespoons of garlic minced, a pack of the salt-free Mrs. Dash chili powder mix, 3 cans of chopped tomatoes with green chilies, and then 1 cup of water. We mixed it all together, put it in the crock pot.
Of deliciousness.
And mixed it up. So we have that ready to go in our crock pot. We'll show you that's very warm. And that will be for our dinner. We'll make some of our corn muffins, because you love it.
Yes.
So we have our corn muffins. The recipe is on our website. All right, so that's that for that. And so now we are going to move on to our lunch.
Ooh, can't wait.
Which we are really excited about. So we love our whole food plant-based chicken salad.
Yes.
I mean, we love it. And Terry had said to me, could we make pumpkin whole food plant-based chicken salad? I was like, woo, like a harvest chicken salad. Because we like to have a lot of fruit and crunch in it. So I have to give Terry the credit for the inspiration on this.
I hope it turns out good.
Absolutely.
I think it will, based on everything I see here.
Oh my gosh. I think I forgot to say for this chili, we actually froze the pumpkin because we didn't obviously make the chili the same day that we made the canned pumpkin. But we went ahead and froze it and we used it in here today. But if you're making it from fresh, just cut up your pumpkin. You got it. You guys got it. I'll put the recipe on our website for you and a link in the description box. All right, let's move on to this pumpkin chicken salad. This is all new, but just like we usually do with our chickpeas, is we are going to use 2 of our fresh canned chickpeas, or you can buy 2 15-ounce cans of chickpeas, drain them and rinse them really well so that you don't have the salt, or better yet, buy the salt-free. Although sometimes those can be pricey, so just buy the ones with the least sodium and drain them, because when you rinse them, it only gets about 50% of the sodium off. So if you have 300 milligrams of sodium, you get it down to 150. These are completely sodium free. Or you could make the chickpeas in your in your Instant Pot really quick, like I showed you when we did our meal prep, and you could put them in here. Anyway, so this way you know they're sodium free, right?
Absolutely.
So Terry's going to mash these, about half of them mashed, because this is really our chicken. The chickpeas is our chicken part. Then what we did is we took 2 of these pumpkin that we can, and we drained it really, really well. Because like I was telling you this morning with the granola, that, you know, it's watery. So the water gets in there and it gets pretty watery. So we drained off 2 of those. I would say that 2 of these is probably around 1 can-ish of the pumpkin puree that you would buy in the store. So if you were gonna make this with the pumpkin puree in a can, great. I would use 1 can.
Think that's about half, honey?
I think that's about half, and that's looking good. Check, make sure everybody can see, honey.
All right, sorry for the noise.
Sorry for the noise, guys.
There you go. So
Perfect.
about half mashed.
Yep, about half. So we're gonna put our fresh pumpkin in here, which I'm pretty darn excited about.
I am too.
And then, honey, you can probably just use this rubber spatula if you like.
Okay.
Just to get
Makes
it all
everything
incorporated.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there. So I'm really excited. Here, I'll take that, sweetie. Thank you. All right, so here's what we decided we would do. And we're making a big batch because we feel like we're gonna love this. But we have 2 cups of grapes that Terry just halved. So he just halved these just like we do for our go-to salad. So we're gonna put the 2 cups of grapes in here. And then we have, oh, thank you, honey.
Yep.
2 cups of really finely chopped apples. So any kind of apple you like. We usually like sweeter apples, like Fuji apples or Honeycrisp.
Gala.
But if you like Gala, if you like the tart apples, you could use Granny Smith.
I'm saying ooh because this is coming together perfectly.
Yummy.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see.
1 cup of sweet onion chopped. So really fine, not chopped, diced. I would say diced. Now you guys are getting this, like all the crunch that we're gonna have in here.
Yes, and all the different layers of flavors.
Delicious. 1 cup of diced celery, so more crunch between the onion, the celery, and the apples. Crunchy, crunchy, crunchy. And then we got 1/3 of a cup of raisins. If you don't like raisins, don't put them in, but we like that little bite. And since this is like a harvest sort of pumpkin chicken salad, we're gonna do it that way. Then we'll go with our 1 tablespoon method in making it easy for everybody. And I have ground rosemary here. I do like the ground, you can use the other, but when I have the other ones, sometimes it's like twigs in the chicken salad for me. So I'll take those rosemary and I usually chop it on my cutting board, but I do like the ground. So I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon, and I don't wanna go over on this because it can be overpowering, of rosemary. That gives us that chicken sort of feeling and flavor. I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. And remember, there's a lot in here, so this is gonna go a long way.
You see this bowl, and I'll show it to you, is full. This is gonna be so delicious.
Oh
so
my
good.
gosh.
And I can smell all the different layers of flavors.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, with the onion and the celery and the grapes,
It actually looks delicious.
Doesn't it?
And then we're gonna use 1 tablespoon of hummus. And remember, in our regular chicken salad, we use hummus as our mayo because this is supposed to be a chicken salad and traditionally it has mayo in it. We don't use mayo, the vegan mayo any because it's very high in fat and it has a lot of stuff on the ingredient list we're not real excited about. But if you use mayo, vegan mayo, go for it. But we use the fat-free, oil-free hummus. We either make our own or we buy this Cedars brand, so we like it. So in here, we'll put 1 tablespoon to sort of bring all those flavors together.
Because it's very moist, as you can see. See how moist it is? So it's not dry at all. It's very moist and it has a lot of flavors. And it just came together really nice. Wow, I think this was a win-win.
That is a win-win. So the reason we're making it in the morning while we wait for our breakfast is a couple of reasons, because then we can just chow down when it's lunchtime and we'll chow down when it's dinner time and we're all done, right? We have lots of energy in the morning and ready to go. Another reason is because we want these flavors to incorporate together. So we're assuming in a few hours when it's lunchtime that this is going to be pretty outstanding.
Absolutely.
Honey, let's get your little scooper here just because I'm way too curious to wait. Do you want to taste it with me?
Absolutely.
So
I'm gonna pass this up. How is it?
Honey, yeah. Swear to God, I don't know why. This tastes like
Great.
chicken salad. It's very Thanksgiving.
Wow.
It's very Thanksgiving, almost like Thanksgiving stuffing or something.
Yes. And all the different flavors. This is like a Thanksgiving stuffing.
Oh,
that pumpkin just really took it
goodness.
up. Wow.
I wonder if we could make this for Thanksgiving as pumpkin and put it, as stuffing and put it in the oven.
Oh, you know
More
what?
to come on that. I
That's a great
tasted
idea.
something so familiar when I tasted that, and I'm like, that was like stuffing out of a turkey or something.
But the crunch with the apple and the celery and then the sweetness from the grapes and the raisins.
Is it
and
lunchtime yet,
oh
honey?
my goodness.
Is it lunchtime
You
yet?
guys are gonna love this. Absolutely love it. I know you are.
Terry, thank
Everyone's
you.
gonna love
That's
this.
delicious. You have
Wow.
got to try this.
Wow.
Wow, I'm
wish
really
it was lunchtime.
excited. I know. Well, it will be lunchtime soon. So we're gonna we're gonna put this away, clean this up. By then our granola will be ready, and I am seriously ready for breakfast.
Me too.
All right.
Me too. Absolutely. We'll be back.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Alrighty, our breakfast is ready, and it came out, oh my gosh, and it came out unbelievable.
Beautiful. Look at it. And this is only half of it. This is a gigantic bowl. This is only half of it. So we are so excited about that. We have the other half in the oven for its 250, 30 minutes, but this is perfect. So we are ready to dig in. Believe me, we are going to have this breakfast this morning with our go-to salads. So there's a couple ways you can have this. You can just munch on it and eat it the way it is. We've already tasted it. Woo! Or you can put some plant milk on it. We use this unsweetened, sugar-free with some fresh berries.
Berries, blueberries or strawberries.
Whatever it is, you can have it as a cereal or just a crunchy side to your salad. Or I bet you could just put this on your salad,
Well, I didn't
right?
think about that. Absolutely.
So that would be delicious. I can tell you that just this morning, because I tasted it and it's absolutely delicious, I'm gonna eat mine plain. Well, my first serving plain.
Yeah, I'll eat mine plain too. It's so good.
And then maybe we could do, I don't know, if we want more, we can have it, just have more.
Exactly. Or
You
accent
know,
it maybe with some fruit.
Accent it. I think I'm probably gonna put some on here for crunch. I think that
Well, that's
would
a
be
great
delicious. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. And so, but let's just share. This is so crunchy and delicious.
And each bite has, you have a little raisin.
How about the
you have your
pumpkin
pumpkin
seed?
seed. And this one has raisin, pumpkin seed.
You know what's so cool? The pumpkin seeds got so crunchy.
It did. It did.
So putting the pumpkin seeds in there raw really worked out well.
The raisins give it a little sweet.
That's
the oats
delicious.
give it more flavor. Oh my God.
That
So
is
good.
delicious.
This is a great breakfast. Great all-day snack. This will not last long.
This will not, and it is so crunchy.
It is crunchy.
I am loving these pumpkin seeds.
Me too.
Honey, they're so crunchy.
I've never had pumpkin seeds and granola. It's really good.
Anyway,
Really good.
this is our beautiful breakfast. We'll be back in a few hours to have lunch with you. It's just, as you know, marinating in the fridge, so we're really looking forward to that.
Can't wait.
I was so excited about that taste.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to think about how we're gonna make a Thanksgiving stuffing with it, but more to come on that. Anyway, we're gonna go eat our breakfast. We'll see you very, very soon for lunch.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye. It's lunchtime.
Can't wait.
We're ready to go, and our dinner is smelling
So delicious.
good.
So good.
We are overly excited about this pumpkin chicken salad. We are going to eat ours on these whole wheat pitas. We buy these Middle East bakery pitas. They are fat-free and sugar-free, and they're delicious. So you can get these at Whole Foods. They're wonderful.
They are.
I think you can also get these at Trader Joe's. You have to check it out.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Right.
But anyway, I like them because they're fat-free and sugar-free. It's funny, as good as pitas are for you, it's sometimes hard to find ones without fat. So,
absolutely, you have to really look.
You have to really look. So,
and once you find those few,
stick with it.
Exactly.
Stick with it. So, wow. I got, when I took the plastic wrap off, just so you guys know, I got a whiff of this.
I smell the aroma.
Unbelievable. So we are gonna love this. So we're gonna stuff our pitas with the chicken salad beautifully. And then I was gonna put a little lettuce as well. Just, I like to put mine in after just so we can see it. And it's just delicious. So I can't get over the smell of this. I don't know what it is, but it's just so fall and
fresh.
I hear you swallowing, honey. It's like yummy. Anyway, this is delicious and beautiful. Salud.
For you.
Salud.
Wow.
This is delicious.
Just as good as a taste test. This is so fresh, so flavorful. All the flavors.
I am so excited about this. This would be good on a bed of lettuce.
It would.
It'd be good in a lettuce wrap. This would be great on a cracker, on a wassa. I mean,
you have so many different layers of flavors going into this. You have to try it just to see what I mean. But just the, like I said, the crispy, the apple and the crispy celery. Then you have the sweetness from the grape. Then you have the pumpkin that comes in with the rosemary.
You know what?
Wow.
I thought when we made this, because of the ingredients, that it was going to be really sweet. But it's not.
It's not.
You get those sweet bites, those little tinges in your mouth of sweet, but this is not sweet. It really does, to me, taste like chicken salad. Okay, guys, please try this. This is incredible.
You have to. Let us know. Wow.
Wow, I am so glad we have this huge bowl full because I got plans for this stuff. Anyway, let's go eat our lunch. This was beautiful. Be right back here at dinner time to share our pumpkin chili with you.
All right.
We'll be back very soon.
All righty, we are back for dinner.
Time.
Lunch was delicious, unbelievable. I can't wait.
I'm embarrassed about how much I ate. Thank God we shut the camera off. It was so good. I enjoyed that thoroughly. And we had some errands to run today. So it was so nice having the granola because we had like little Ziploc bags and we were just munching on it. So I probably overate on granola and pumpkin chicken salad today, but
let's see. I'll read a little bit more. It won't help. It won't hurt, right?
One more thing is okay. So this chili is just nice and warm. I know this is gonna warm our bellies.
Oh, wow, look at that.
At the end of our pumpkin eating day.
Look at the pumpkin chunks in there.
Ooh.
Wow.
This is gorgeous.
Look at the chunks of pumpkin.
Look at that steam.
You have to show.
I'm gonna show. I am. I'm gonna put it in here and I'm gonna show those chunks of pumpkin.
Look at that. Look at those chunks of pumpkin.
Ooh. Look how it's smoking.
Let's share out of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. Terry's like, let's dig in. I'm ready.
We're gonna double dip.
We did make some corn muffins and we decided that we wanted to put a little bit of jalapeno in this. So if you look at our corn muffin recipe, we did the same exact thing, although Terry did add a little bit more corn than what we usually do. But
you can never have enough corn.
He loves corn. And then we did add pickled jalapenos, just chopped pickled jalapenos to taste, maybe 2 teaspoons or something.
To kick it up a little bit.
So whatever you like, but don't they look delicious?
Yes, they do.
They're nice and hot and smoking. All right, so let's try our chili, honey.
You have to get a chunk of pumpkin.
So here's a chunk of pumpkin. You see the tomato and the black beans and all those beautiful things in there. Whoops. So, ooh, that's warm.
I have 2 chunks.
You have 2 chunks? Aww. Hey, there's some bigger chunks in there too. All right, salud, honey.
Is that?
Yes. Oh, that baby has a kick.
Yes, it does. But it's a good kick.
Oh, that's
It's a good kick.
good. That has a nice, really nice kick to it. I like the sauteed
flavorful.
onions.
So flavorful.
I love this. Look at those sauteed onions.
Everyone's gonna love this one. Everyone's gonna love this. This is so good.
This is really good.
Whenever you dig in, you have to get a chunk of pumpkin.
I
You
love
gonna say
it.
something, honey? We have had what?
We have had an amazing day
Oh,
eating pumpkin. We are going to enjoy this
yes, we are.
with our corn muffins, and you guys guessed it, our go-to salads. And you know what you could do?
What?
You could make like a taco salad.
Mmm.
You could put the lettuce, put this on top. Like, you know how I show you guys to cut up the corn tortillas, put them in the oven on 350 for 10 minutes. You'll have corn tortilla strips. You can
Sprinkle
put
those
those
on
on
top?
top.
Oh, wow,
It'd
that's a
be
good idea.
crunchy.
That's a
Your
good
taco
idea.
salad.
There you go.
Yum.
Wow.
Well, this was
This
a
has been
great
awesome.
day, honey. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome, babe.
I mean, it's
Thank
just
you.
been so fall and yummy and feeling good. And these were some really fun recipes. Hope
They
you
were.
guys loved it.
And if you like us and you love it,
subscribe to our channel.
all right, guys.
Have a great rest of your weekend.
Take
Take care.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.